Hi, my name is Mindy, and I am coming to you from Long Beach, Long Island, New York, USA. I'm coming to you for a specific reason. I have full body chills right now. Um, my voice is actually, if I'm just being real with you, my voice might crack a couple times throughout this video. I'm about to share some raw things in here, and which is one of the reasons why I decided not to go live on Facebook for this. So here we go. I'm sure lots of you have been wondering, why has Mindy been posting for the last 17 days about body image, body positivity, and all of that stuff? And this video is going to give you a little backstory as to why I decided to do this. And if I'm just being perfectly honest with you, I meditate twice a day. Once in the morning as part of my morning routine, and in the evening as part of my evening routine. Excuse me. And one of the times I got a whisper from Spirit to share. And of course, I asked, share what? And then it said body, movement. I was a little shocked because, of course, I thought that it was asking me to share my belly dancing, if I'm just being honest. And I thought to myself, oh, no, that is not happening. But then when I asked a little bit more questions, what I realized, it was something that has been in my core for a very long time. So, as I said, the hairs on my arms, I don't know if you can see it, are standing up right now. For those of you that don't know, by the way, I have been broadcasting on Periscope over 1,000 times. Looking into the camera is not foreign to me. I love it. I fiend on it. I think it's fabulous. But when I speak about something that's very, very, very near and dear to my heart, multiple things happen. My voice cracks. I start to cry. My mouth gets dry. And the hairs on my arms stand up. When I talk about things that I know, I can talk about those things like, I could talk forever about those things with confidence and conviction, obviously. But let's go back. Why have I been posting about this stuff? Yes, I listened to the whispers of that meditation. But for those of you that don't know, I was involved in a car accident a long time ago. And I'm writing a book about it, so I will choose not to discuss when it was, because that's part of the book. Those that are close to me and those around me, of course, know when it was. That's all I'm going to say. However, during the time of all the surgeries that I had and all the rehabilitation and all the upset that my body was changing, my mindset got all, up. I gained a lot of weight. not only did I gain a lot of weight, oh, I thought I silenced that. Sorry, I know that hurts your ears. But not only did I gain a lot of weight, but my self-esteem and my body image got really, really effed up. So let's go back to before the car accident. Who was Mindi before the car accident? And I'm sharing this with you primarily because I just want you to see, what I was like. I was training for a half marathon and I was running constantly. The way my feet hit the pavement, the way my calves felt afterwards, and the sweat would drip down my face, like I knew that I had done such an amazing workout that, my whole body was sweaty. I fiend for those days, actually, which is why I like to swim. But that's the type of person that I was before the car accident. My body image was not linked so much to the physical condition that I was in. My body image was linked to how I felt, the strength that I felt. That is where my body image was linked to the strength. My body image was linked to how I felt in so much of my being. I can't tell you that amazing balance that I felt, the amazing posture that I carried myself in. That is amazing to me, to know that I felt that way. Car accident happens, surgeries happen. So much happens. I gain a crap ton of weight. I blossom to 228 pounds. And it's interesting to me because I didn't know. I know this is kind of weird because as it was happening, I didn't know that I was gaining the weight. If I'm really being honest, okay, I guess I was aware because the clothes weren't fitting, but I don't think people around me at the time really looked at me and said, yo, you're getting a little big there, Mind, type of stuff. Yeah, that definitely wasn't happening. So one day I realized I was up there and I was miserable. And for the very first time in my life, I had never been that heavy. And I felt in my heart this feeling of no body image, this feeling that I didn't like myself. This was foreign to me. I had never felt this way before, but I had felt this way for a period of time, so I recognized it. And during the recovery, I had read a lot of books and I did a lot of personal growth, because you have to do a lot of personal growth to get yourself out of the mindset that I was in from the pain. But nobody talks about that eating piece. And so I was eating my emotions, but dealing with the pain. Interesting. That's a topic for a whole other conversation. But what happened that day when I was 228 pounds? Because of what I was reading, and because of how I'm getting the chills again, and because of how I saw myself, and I had been looking at myself in the mirror and calling myself these awful things up until this day that I actually weighed myself. You know how that happens? It's kind of like that day when you draw the line in the sand. And that's exactly what happened for me this day. I had no idea how much weight I was. I hadn't stepped on a scale. And I remember when I would go to the doctors, when they would have me go on the scale, I would tell them I don't want to know what it was. And they never seemed to be worried about it. And my levels were never so bad, so no one ever told me. When I think about it now, I think it's ridiculous, but whatever. Anyway, I drew the line in the sand at 228 pounds. And I looked at myself in the mirror that day and I was like, you know what, Knit? You gotta love yourself. You gotta like yourself, first of all. And that's what I did. I started giving myself hugs. Started giving myself kisses. And I started embracing myself at 228 pounds. Why? Because I realized something, and this is not a video about weight loss. People ask me all the time when I talk about this on social media, and I'm not saying I talk about it on Facebook because I don't, but other forms of social media, if I talk about it. They ask me how you did it, and this is not about how I did it. This is about embracing yourself now. Be here now. Honoring where you are now. Whether that is pain, whether that's the breakup, whether that's the divorce, wherever you are on your spectrum, whether it's the weight, to honor where you are right here, right now, in this moment. And look, I'm just going to be honest with you. Some of you may not have stepped on the scale since before quarantine, and you're afraid as anything to see what that number is. But you know what? This is what I did at 228 pounds. I made a decision that I was no longer going to stuff myself in smaller clothes, and I went shopping. And I went shopping at Lane Bryant Avenue and some store in the mall. And that store in the mall actually fat shamed me, believe it or not. And I remember, it was awful if I think about it. But something happened to me. I walked out of there like I was Pretty Woman. You know, in Pretty Woman, when she walks out of there with all those bags, that's how I walked out of there. And it's not that I walked out of there with a whole bunch of bags. I just walked out of there with that feeling that clothes were going to fit me and I wasn't going to be pulling at them or doing anything. And I wasn't going to be pulling at my stomach anymore. That was liberation. And then something began to shift. That feeling that I was dressing the body as it was now. And my body image began to increase. body image began to increase. You guys, having your body image increase at 228 pounds at your highest weight is something to be celebrated. Because here's the thing that I will share with you. Everybody thinks that their highest weight, oh, I'll love myself when I get to be thin. But the reason why they don't is because they try their very best to love themselves at that thin weight, and when they gain the weight back, is because they didn't love themselves at the high weight. You've got to love yourself in the now. You've got to love yourself during the breakup. You got to love yourself with the pain. You've got to love yourself with the scars and the flaws. You've got to love yourself right here and right now. And if you cannot love yourself now, then at least like yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror and like wave, hi, hi. Give yourself a little high five. But why don't you just start waving? Have you ever waved at yourself in the mirror before? I mean, I give myself kisses now, but at first you gotta wave. Crawl before you walk, right? Why in the world does all this happen for us? Obviously, social media plays a major part in this, but way before social media, I mean, I remember when we were watching Desperate Housewives, and we would sit there and we would watch all of these things, and what was Nicolette Sheridan doing? What was Eva Longoria doing? And you know what? Eva Longoria is so much shorter than me. She can eat things that I can't eat. I am 5'9.5". I have big boobs. I've got this hair. I have always been told that I am big boned. Do you know what big boned is? It is the stupidest medicinal thing that any doctor could ever tell a girl. But you know what's so funny? So when I went and I played volleyball in college, I met another girl from another state, and she was also called big boned. And we were like the big boned girls. And you know what's so funny? We both were middle blockers. So it's like we both like went up and like, you know, it's just crazy to me because being called this and how it impacted me as a young girl, as a teenager, because all of this stuff, body image stuff, body positivity, happens because of something from your teenage life. It happens with everyone, whether you're male, whether you're female. Something happened for you, to you, however you determine it. Something happened in your teenage years. Now, I am very fortunate that my parents gave me a very healthy body image my whole entire life, which is why when I got into the car accident, I had a very healthy body image, even though I was in great shape. But we all know people that are in great shape that have crappy body images because they compare themselves to social media. You know, I call social media perfect media because we all know that we will take a picture. I just did this yesterday. I took a picture when I was watering my plants. I was watering my plants. All my plants were all lined up like they're going to the school, like they're standing in line for the school bus. It's the cutest picture. But you know what? I didn't share it on Facebook. And you know why? Because my coffee mug is in the shot and there's dishes on the counter. And I said to my brother, you know, I should take it again if I'm going to post it on Facebook. And he was like, what? You should post it. It's so friggin' funny. And it's like this, I said to him, this is the reason why Facebook stinks. Because my real shot has my coffee cup and my dishes. And I want to redo it without my coffee cup and without my dishes. And you guys, this is why perfect media, with that perfect asana, that perfect posture, that perfect headstand that we keep scrolling through, is messing up our body image and our body positivity. So don't look at them. Don't look at them with envy. Don't look at them like that. Own who you are. Just like I did at 228 pounds. Honoring where you are on this journey. If one thing that I've learned through this COVID stuff, I want to say shit, this COVID shit, and I really don't want to say it's COVID shit because it's really not, but this COVID ordeal is that life is precious, and treating life, our lives, and berating ourselves when we look in the mirror is so, like, no. Like, I say this all the time in my posts, that you are made of star stuff. You are brilliant. You are powerful. You've got such amazingness coursing through your veins. And to look in the mirror and to think otherwise about yourself. Why? Are you looking for a girl to validate you? Are you looking for a guy to validate you? I just have to share a couple more things with you, because this isn't about them validating you. You need to validate yourself. And once you do, once you validate yourself, they will come. I know this to be true. And when I was heavier, I had boyfriends. But you know what my boyfriends did to me? They mentally abused me. That's who I attracted because I hated myself. One of them wanted me to get a breast reduction because he didn't like my boobs, and I almost did it. I want to share something with you. I love them. To think that I almost listened to him. I went to the doctor. I had a consultation. I was so messed up in my head. So I'm sharing this with you because it's powerful beyond measure for you to honor your awareness wherever you are on your journey. Wherever you are on your journey. Whether your journey is accepting your weight, accepting your pain, accepting that your marriage is breaking up, accepting that you're leaving your boyfriend or your girlfriend. But wherever you are, because it's all the same, awareness is awareness wherever you are on your journey of life. But this is about body image. And body image and body positivity is linked between all of those things that I just mentioned. When you have a healthy body image, you attract the right guy. You attract the right girl. When you have a healthy body image, you really won't do the things that the bad body image does. You just don't. People ask me all the time, how do you shine such a positive light every single day? Because I look at myself in the mirror and I smile. That's why. And you can too. And the baby step that I will just leave you with, if you cannot look in the mirror and smile, if you cannot look in the mirror and give yourself a high five, I invite invite you to look in the mirror and just give yourself a wave. Maybe do it sexy. These are belly dancing fingers, so, just go like this. Whatever it is for you. But I will share with you. Over a period of time, you might go to it. And that is everything. And those around you will be like, oh my gosh, what is she doing? Oh my gosh, what is he doing? And this I know for sure is when you start vibrating a healthy body image, when you start vibrating body positivity, everything shifts for you. And it doesn't matter what the size of your pants are. It doesn't matter. They could be size 20. You and I both know, women and men, that wear size whatever, bigger sizes, that have the confidence of an Adonis or a goddess. And you think to yourself, how in the world do they have such confidence? It's because of acceptance. It's because they have accepted themselves where they are. Do they want to lose weight? Possibly. But they've accepted. Just like I've accepted lots of things in my life. Acceptance is it. But you need to feel the feelings. Just like I felt the feelings that day at 228 pounds, I went clothes shopping. And what did I do? I donated them. So that is all I want to say. I want you to know that you are perfect, you are whole, and you are complete just the way you are. You don't need to do anything else. You don't need to add anything to you. You just need to look in the mirror and tell yourself that you like you and then that you are amazing. And over a period of time, I promise you, you will begin to believe it. This has been A Dose of Mindi. I am Mindi Dovberg. And if you would like to follow me, please find me on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram at Mindi Dovberg. You can find me on Twitter. And you will be able to find me on YouTube very shortly. So, have a beautiful rest of your evening whenever you stumble upon this video. And I really appreciate you watching this. Sat Nam. Namaste.